I really wanted to just tap in today and talk to my brothers and my sisters that may be single, or maybe you are married, and for whatever reason, even though you're married, you feel single. Maybe you have so much on you that you have to do, and life seems unfair. I want to talk to you today. The first thing I want to say to you is congratulations to you, because regardless to how difficult it may be for you to manage your life in all of its components, you're doing it. You're doing the best that you can, and you're all by yourself. No one really understands how it is to really carry weight. You know what I'm saying? The weight of being a single mom or a single dad, or the weight of being a caregiver for your parents like me, or the weight of being in a marriage, and no matter what you try to do to work as a team, it's like a division. And so you find yourself single anyway. I want you to know that you are doing it. No matter how difficult it may seem to you, you are doing it. I know how challenging it can be, trying to work, have a full-time job, be a mom, be a dad, make doctor's appointments, try to cook meals, keep your home in balance when you're doing it all by yourself. And I want you to know today that you are doing it. Sometimes I know that you feel that you should be doing more of this and more of that. Sometimes we get in our heads and we become so critical of ourselves when we're standing alone in the midst of nowhere, holding the world on our shoulders. And I want you to know today that God sees you. He knows you. He understands your struggle. And in the midst of being overwhelmed in your life, I want to challenge you to hand that over to God, to really begin to just release the burden, release the worry, the stress, the high expectations of yourself, and really begin to just lean on Him and His understanding when you don't understand. Really begin to rely on His strength to hold you up when you can't hold yourself up. Really thank Him for whatever it is that's going on in your life that you really don't understand. Thank Him for still giving you the will to want to still get up and do anyhow. Because I want you to know something, that we are living in times that are very difficult for people. And it seems that the enemy has grabbed a hold of people in very high places to inflict more oppression, more pain, more destruction, more dysfunction, more disconnect within an environment. But we also know, according to the book of Ephesians, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but there are principalities in this air that is influencing the mind of people to keep you down. If they can keep you just heavily burdened and keep you down and keep you in your head thinking about what you didn't do, or what your child may need that you can't afford, or what if you had more help, and why is this always happening to women in my family or men in my family, or if I only had this much. I want you to know that God is all that you need. Please hear me today. God, listen to me, is all that you need. It feels so good to just trust Him. It feels so good to trust God with the uncertainties of my life. It feels so good to know that regardless of the situation, however it may be, how stressful it may be, how unbearable it may be, how discouraging it may be, when I look to Him, though, there's still hope. I may not understand it. I may have been living this way for 30 years or for 40 years. And sometimes spiritual things will linger around because we don't get what we're supposed to get out of it. We have not extracted the supernatural power and ability to put that challenge, to put those demons under our feet, because the word says that in him all things are new. In him, he gives us strength when we used to be weak. In him, he renews the mind. He aligns the heart. In him, he draws us closer to him to depend solely on him. For it says that I am the vine and ye are the branches, and he that abides in me and I in him can bear much fruit, but without me you can do nothing. You can bear much fruit in the midst of catastrophic situations if you stay in the vine. If you stay in the vine, if you stay in the vine, there is nothing that's going on in your life that God cannot level out and level you up in. So give yourself some grace today. You're doing the absolute best that you can. It is angels that are rooting for you, that are cheering for you. Heaven is still praying for you. God is still with you. Don't allow the devil to use physical things that you can see, touch, smell, and hear to distract you from the one thing that you were chosen before the foundations of this earth. Before God formed you in the womb, baby, he knew you. There is a great calling on your life and a great thing for you to do. The greater the suffering, the greater the reward. The greater the fight, the greater the triumph. I want you to know that today. I see you. I got you. I am praying for you. I am praying for those that feels like there's no way out. I'm praying for those that feel like giving up today. I am praying for those who feel like I've been in this situation all my life and it ain't going to be a change in my life. I want you to know that as a part of God, you're so creative and you're so spiritual in nature that what you say with conviction in your heart, you produce that. I want you to walk away from things that you see, and I want you to walk into a formless future that God wants to produce through your faith. See, faith is a substance, come on somebody today, that is very spiritual. And if we could just lean in on it, we could just lean in on his promises. If we could just lean in on the uncertain things, knowing that God's got us, then every demon in hell will have to flee from you, because it's your faith that they're after. They make things tough on you for you to cave on your faith. But we also know that without faith, it's impossible to please God. Why is it impossible to please God without faith? Because he knows that that's what it's going to take to get you out of what you're seeing that is not matching what you know that he said in his word. So in order for you to get to the other side of your promise, you have to have faith when it seems like nothing is working out for you in your life. Single moms, I love you. If no one has told you today you are valuable and you are so loved, you are fearless, extraordinary women. My single fathers today, I commend you for trying to do the best that you can with what you have. My married brothers and sisters that may be in a situation where it is fractured and the devil has attacked your marriage and it seems like you are standing all alone. If you continue to cry out to God and really trust him, and if it's in his will, he will heal your marriage. Because sometimes we choose partners out of our brokenness. Sometimes we choose people that God didn't ordain for us to marry. But if it is your will, if it's your desire, God can heal you. Even though you're in a covenant with someone, you may be standing all alone. I got you. I've been there. I've done that. I've overcome that. Not me though. God working through me to get to the other side. Because I want you to know today, extend yourself some grace. You're doing great. I see you. I love you. I acknowledge everything that you are doing. And I still be believing in you. Peace. Have a great day.